Awesome.
And I'm also starting the recording.
Okay.
All right.
Starting the
All right.
recording. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
All right. Welcome everyone. Today we have another success story session, and this time we have Neethan Kumar, who is a DataMites alumni. He is from mechanical engineering background. He's a fresher, machine learning engineer role recently, and today we would like to have welcome Neethan. First of all, let me congratulate you, Neethan.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. So this session is to understand, learn from his journey and experience, and something useful for other aspirants. That's the goal of it. Neethan,
Yeah.
you could go ahead and I'm gonna stop the screen sharing
Okay.
so that. One second. Let me simply stop it. Okay. So you are in full screen now.
Okay.
Go ahead, Neethan. Introduce yourself first.
Sir, first let me introduce myself. I am Neethan from Shumaga, Karnataka. I pursued mechanical engineering in BE at JNC Shumaga at 2018. And after completion of my engineering, I started working in a manufacturing company called Indo-MM. For 3.5 years, I worked there. And after working there, I started data science course in DataMites. And I completed the course, and I got selected in Technicians Reunidas as a machine learning engineer trainee.
Wonderful. Neethan,
Yeah,
so what was your background when you have completed your mechanical engineering? When was it? Was it in 2021?
2018. 2018.
Okay, so what were your experience in this time, like
Yeah.
from 18 to 21?
After completion of my engineering, I started to work in a company, Indo-MM. Its name is Indo-MM, as a manufacturing engineering. Its role was PPC, and it's totally related to manufacturing field.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So, do you know Python or anything related to data science, like Python statistics before?
No, sir. Actually, before joining to DataMites, I was not knowing Python, but I was knowing Java. I studied Java before joining DataMites.
Okay, so you know one programming language.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Um, so let's start with your course itself. So, like to know how was your course and which are the areas was very helpful.
Yeah.
And you can also add, apart from DataMites, have you studied other materials which could be helpful for the other aspirants as well? Yeah.
Yeah. First, I will go through my trainer. My trainer name was Hemant. He trained me very, very well. Actually, I was attending class from 8 to 10 every day, evening class, because I was working in the day and I was taking class in the evening. And he taught me regarding Python, statistics, and machine learning, deep learning, and that's all, sir. And yeah, after other than DataMites, I gone through YouTube videos like Coursera, sorry, this one, Simply Learn, Edureka.
Excellent. Okay. Wonderful. So have you read any books, anything related to statistics or machine learning
No,
Python?
sir. Actually, I gone through the journals, some of the journals through Wikipedia and something like that.
Okay, wonderful. What kind of journals? That's interesting. I never heard people saying journals.
Yeah,
What
sir.
kind
If I get any doubts like statistics related doubts or machine learning algorithm doubts, I was searching in the Google, and it was giving a links through Wikipedia. I was studying things from there.
Okay, mostly Wikipedia and YouTube are the major sources, right?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So when did you complete the course, Nathan, from DataMites? Which year was?
Sir, actually, I started from October 2018, sorry, 2021, I think, and I completed in February 2022.
Okay, so you recently completed the course, few
Yes, sir,
months.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how was the projects? What kind of projects you have done it in during this
Sir,
period?
four kinds of projects I've done. The first one is hard disease prediction, house price prediction, handwritten digit prediction, and FIFA analysis.
So these are typical capstone projects, right? These are learning projects.
Exactly.
What was your live project? There is a one live project as well you do, right? What was it in DataMite?
Live projects I have not done, sir.
Okay, you
Before
have.
that only I got the job. I mean, I was searching the job.
Okay, you didn't finish the complete course yet, which means.
Yeah, I think so. But I got the mock interview and I did everything.
Oh, okay, okay. So you haven't done a live project yet, right?
Yeah, I haven't done.
Okay, wonderful. Um, I heard from the placement team of DataMites that you went through the placements, isn't it? Pat
Yes,
team.
sir. Yes, sir. Pat team.
DataMites placement team.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Who was your contact point in DataMites placement?
Farsana madam.
Okay, wonderful. That's very nice. How was the placement? Okay, sorry, I don't want to jump into placements quick.
Okay.
That how many total projects you have done? I mean, before deciding to go to the interviews.
Yeah.
How many other projects you have done?
Other projects are actually I have done in my old company. I said no, I was working in a manufacturing company called India MM. I was doing some projects in the company which was related to our my work. Like 3 to 4 projects I have done, which is totally related to my work in that old company.
Okay, the current job you have, is it also
Yeah.
related to that same domain? Is it mechanical related?
No, sir, no. Actually, it's different.
Completely different one. Okay,
Totally
so
different.
yeah, okay, great, very clear. So please let us know how was the what's your approach? How did you how did placement team help you to start with? When did you start this? Going to interview.
Sir, actually, I think it started from April. From April onwards, I was searching the job, and for 2 months I searched the job, and 5 to 6 interviews I failed, and after that I got this job.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the jobs you failed
Yeah.
were not that interesting as the one you got right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is different. It is different. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Sorry, apologies. Okay, great. So when you say 5, 6 interviews, were they arranged by DataMites as well, or something you attended by
Yeah,
yourself?
some of them are from DataMites, and some of them are from LinkedIn and Naukri.
Okay, great. So you also applied through LinkedIn and Naukri.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, excellent. What was those interviews? I mean, what were the learning? Maybe if it is okay, you can share some experience for the learning community.
Yeah, actually, most of the time the interviewers will ask basics of Python, basics of machine learning, deep learning, statistics, NLP, CV, computer vision. We should be very strong in the foundation of
Okay,
these
so
topics.
when you say foundation, let's say talk about machine learning foundation.
Yeah.
What kind of questions you have experienced in it?
First, they will ask which is your favorite algorithm, and we have to describe each and everything like from the scratch.
What is your favorite algorithm?
Actually, I said logistic regression.
Okay.
And I was explaining the algorithm from the scratch with the graph and everything. And after that, they will ask which they will come to the real life projects problem. Like for this problem, which algorithm you are going to select and why you selected that. Like that, they will going to ask.
Okay. So what was your answers? Is there any default answers you prepared, or you come up with the answers in the interviews itself?
No. Actually, the questions were different in the interview, so I was coming up with the different answers.
Okay. Could you help with one sample answer? Anything you think? Like, how do you do the real-time project and come up with which algorithm is it?
Yeah. I think one interviewer asked me regarding the project that I have done in my old company, and he particularly asked why you selected that algorithm, and I given the correct reason why I selected that algorithm, and actually I said the accuracy score I got well, and I was getting the correct answers, and variance was less. Like that I said.
Okay, wonderful. So it should be tell.
Hello.
Sorry, I was speaking. My apologies. So that's good. So we are supposed to give a reasons along with the is what even I expect if I am an interviewer.
Yeah.
So one quick side note on typically there is no such thing like the perfect algorithm for any data sets you have or
Yes,
any
yes.
projects. We usually try multiple of them. Well, it depends on if the data is humongous, we typically go into neural networks
Neural
or
networks, yes.
random XGBoost. If it is minimal data, especially when you're working with the medical related data, usually we go for support vector machines because
Yes.
that. But apart from that, a simple answer is that we kind of select the data, select the algorithm based on the data itself and try multiple algorithms. That's the
Yes.
actual answer. Then we can say, yeah, I have picked up this algorithm for so and so reason. This is the precision recall FN score, whatever, based on your model. That's very good.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you fail, see, I have taken this kind of success stories more than 20 mites, and I actually counsel a lot of people going to interviews on a weekly basis. I really, so most of the time I face this thing. So people get very depressed, right? When they fail one, they quickly say, hey, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not doing good. Maybe I will not be getting a job. Phenomena is in a very high level. I see a lot of people who fail in interviews. They really get depressed. Did you go through those kind of scenarios?
No,
How
sir.
did
No,
you?
no, no. Actually, I did know. The first thing is we have to fail in the interviews at least for 5 to 10. Then only we'll come to know how we should struggle and how we have to crack the interviews. So
Okay,
I was expecting those kind of things.
very good. It's actually very good suggestion. Maybe I will tell to others. Taking your name, Nathan, right?
Yeah,
You should go with this mindset that you will fail in 5 to 10 interviews before you actually get land up in a job. Then
exactly.
there is no way that you get depressed or get into a negative cycle.
Yeah,
What's more important when you fail in an interview is to learn where did you fail, what are
yeah,
the topics that you not answer are comfortable, and just revise them. And as I have seen, most people will fail at least 3 to 4 interviews before they land up into the ML or data science job.
yeah,
And most of the successful candidates who finally transition are the one who go back to the study table and revise the topics which they are not comfortable in those interviews.
yeah.
And I'm very glad that you already have this clear mindset of um, failing five
Failing.
interviews, 5 to 10
Yes.
interviews.
Yeah.
That's excellent. How many questions were asked in statistics and other areas, especially let's say statistics? Did you have any questions from statistics?
Yeah. Actually, interviewers are asking more questions regarding statistics. I was not expecting those questions from them, but actually they need statistics. They will ask questions regarding statistics.
What kind of questions from statistics you have
The
expected?
empirical rule, normal distribution, testings, hypothesis testings.
All of these are actually covered in the syllabus of
Yes,
DataMites.
yes, yes. Everything is covered in your syllabus.
Okay, wonderful. So, which means, do you think whatever syllabus in this course is good enough for the
Yeah, it
statistics
is good enough. But my one suggestion is, can you extend till NLP, because NLP is most people are asking more of
Okay, point
NLP.
noted. Point noted. So I will suggest this to the DataMites team to
Yeah,
add one NLP project at one
thank you, sir.
LLP concepts and then the project of it. Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So very good. So the current company you joined, could you
Yeah.
explain your role a bit? What kind of job you have chosen?
Sir, right now they have given me the position as that machine learning engineer trainee. Now they are giving some concepts to read, especially the deployment tools like Gradio, Streamlight, Hugging Faces, and some other tools they have suggested me to read before entering to the real project.
It seems like you will be more working with NLP related
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and top.
Our first project is chatbots.
Okay, wonderful. So now I understand why you suggested, because a lot of NLP is becoming one of the one of the important concepts in
Yes,
ML
sir.
now.
Yes.
Many applications, many products are coming in it.
Yes.
Right.
Actually, everywhere I got rejected some of the companies because of NLP. After interviewing, they are telling that we are looking for NLP candidate, but you don't know, so we will like that. They are telling.
Okay, so NLP is becoming more important in the market.
Yeah, and also computer vision.
Yeah, both are very important, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, did you get expectations, like how is this job offer? Did you get the expected salary? And I understand you got expected work because you like NLP and you got into NLP now.
Yeah.
Did they meet your expectations, salary expectations?
Yes, sir. It met my salary expectation.
Okay. So is it in the average of how is it? It's around
It's around 5 to 10.
6 to
Yeah, 6 to 10, I can say.
6 to 10. So you're on
Yeah.
the upper side as I hear, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So the average is 7.5 in the market,
Yeah.
and Neethan is on the higher side of it, in fact,
Yes.
which is very good. And I'm really proud that within a very short time, because normally I see people take about another 6 to 8 months to actually get into the career.
Yeah.
You are special. So you have actually completed everything on Feb or March, and
Yes, sir.
then April, May, June. So it only took 3 months, less than 3 months for you to crack.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Any
that is because I left the job. I left the job and I sat in the home and I studied hard. And after that only I cracked the interview.
maybe that's the takeaway from your experience.
Yeah.
So take it serious, and one second.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I see a lot of people doing as a part-time learning. Most of the people are working professionals. Some are beginners. Even beginners, they don't spend enough time. How many hours per day you spend in the
Sir,
last
actually,
2 months? Yeah.
last 2 months I was because I was in home, so I was learning till like 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours I studying in home. While working, I was giving time for only 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. That's all. That was
Okay.
the major problem. I was not getting the things properly.
Okay, so I appreciate your dedication of quitting a job and then focusing on the study,
Yes, sir.
right? That's really important. 8 to 9 hours is a significant time.
Yes, sir.
Major reason why you have made a breakthrough within 2 months of your completion of the course, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the major thing.
Okay. So and also there is a phenomenon saying a lot of mechanical. I mean, I see that. I mean, in the success story itself, I have close to 4 to 5 mechanical people in the last 3 months or 4 months I have spoke with. Did you feel that being mechanical is any advantage at any point of time during your journey of data science or machine learning engineer?
Yes, sir. Especially the mathematics side. There are many concepts in mechanical engineering regarding mathematics, statistics. So those things helped me. And
So you say mechanical is actually helpful.
yeah, helpful only for statistics. That's all.
All right, but do you think does a mechanical have engineers are any less when compared to science engineer when it comes to machine learning and data science?
No, sir. Mechanical engineers are more.
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing this, because a lot of people come with a concern that saying I am from non-IT or non-computer science background, can I even pursue data science and ML? But you are saying being a
Yeah.
mechanical is an advantage to become an ML engineer.
Sorry, sir. Actually, that's not that much advantage. Only to the statistics part, it will help. That's all. Other than programming and everything, it will not help, sir.
Yeah, but how tough is the programming? You have actually spent less time, right? It's like 6 months you actually transition, 6 to 8 months you transition now.
Yeah,
How
but
much
I was studied Java before, sir. 1 year I think I studied Java, so I was knowing some codes and all.
So that helped in your learning a Python.
Yeah, and also in PUC I studied computer science for 2 years, so I
Oh.
was good about programming.
If someone doesn't know programming at all,
Yeah,
how much time it will take for him to learn Python for data science or machine
sir.
learning?
For only Python, he required at least for 1 and a half months, sir.
1.5 month. All right.
Yeah,
That's a kind of average. All right.
yeah.
I have no further questions. I would like you to give you your final message to the learning community. There are a lot of mechanical people who are just like you with freshers or a couple of years of experience trying to get into data science, machine learning. There are a lot of other folks who are, data science is a very big field, as you know, machine learning.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So what would be your message to them?
For mechanical engineers who are working, my suggestion is, I'm thinking like you are swimming in a pool. Come out of the pool, swim in a ocean, like data science, which is a ocean, and swim with the other fishes in the ocean. You'll definitely get a good career in your life.
Okay, that's a very good analogy. There are close to 14.8 million, as I recently read the World Economic Forum, jobs in data science and ML.
Yeah.
That's definitely an ocean, and
Yeah,
we have
there
a
are
lot
lot of vacancies for data science. Any
One.
IT or non-IT person can crack the interviews and they'll definitely get a job. The only thing is hope. They should not leave the hope.
Perfect. Any suggestion on learning side? Any message on learning side?
Yeah, what I'm telling is be strong in basics. Be strong in basics. That's all I'm telling, sir.
Yeah. So I also second that idea, because I take a lot of interviews for other tier 1 companies as well, myself as a
Okay.
consultant.
Yeah.
We don't really ask deeper things. We definitely don't ask you to derive a formula of machine learning algorithm. That's not the intention, because you're not going to use them in your work.
Yes,
What you need
exactly.
is a very good acumen applying the machine learning algorithm, getting the results. So if you are good in fundamentals, then you should be able to do most of the applied ML or data science work.
Exactly.
So a strong foundation on statistics, Python, machine learning
Machine
is
learning.
more than enough to get into this career. And
Yes,
of
sir.
course, as I always say, getting a job is just a beginning. You will be learning for next, at least, I mean, it will be a lifelong learning in data science. It's
Yes,
an
yes, sir.
ever-changing field. But at the first 1 year, 2 year, your learning will be at a peaks. So you
Yes.
actually learn and gain the ML knowledge from a production perspective on your first, second year of work experience, real work experience, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
wonderful. So Neethan, I think
Yeah.
that's all questions I have, and it was very clear. Thank you very much. We have
Thank you.
questions.
Yeah.
I think we don't have questions, but all the people who are online, I'm not logged into YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn. I request DataMites team, whoever is on the call right now, to copy paste these questions in the chat box of here so that I can pick it from here.
Okay.
Others who are in this session, feel free to ask any questions you have to Neethan, relevant questions related to this topic. More than happy to answer. You can leave your questions on chat box or on the Q&A section. People on this call, and if it is in YouTube and other social channel, please, I request DataMites team to copy paste those questions over here in the chat box. You can also ping me onto my Slack. I can read it from there. Okay, so there is I think I already asked this question, but there's a question from YouTube. I have few questions coming in the chat box as well here. But let me start with the YouTube question. Yeah, I think you answered it, but I'm going to ask it again. How many hours effective you think to learn this data science to a level that you need to get a job? Like how many hours you need in total?
For per day or?
Yeah, I think per day and into number of months. I think that's what the question is.
Actually, I
How many
took 2
months you
months.
spend?
Actually, I took 2 months. Daily 8 hours I was spending. 8
But
to
when
9
you're
hours.
attending the course,
Yeah.
how long you have spent
Only
learning?
2 hours, sir. Only 2 hours. That too during the teaching. That's all.
How many months of the teachings you have attended?
5 months.
Okay, so 5 months when you're learning
Yeah.
into 2 per day. I
Yes.
guess you study for 5 hours a day, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So roughly, let's say 10 hours of your own time and another 10 hours of the mentor time.
Yeah.
So 20 hours a week, and then about 80 hours a month into 5. So close to 300 to 400 hours is what you need overall to get the knowledge and to transition. And if you look at the monthly wise, it will be about 6 to 8 months, somewhere around is the average.
Yeah.
Some people land up a little on the 1 year side. Some people even get in 5 to 6 months, like Neethan. I have a question from Vijay Shivale, and Vijay is from banking.com, and does the experience of banking considered in this data science, or I'll be considered as a fresher? That was a question. You also had experience, Neethan. Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually they will consider as fresher.
Okay, so that's the answer.
Yeah,
But
that's
if Vijay, if you are from banking, then the domain experience matter. In the case of Neethan, his domain and what he worked is not related to the work he's going to do now.
yes, sir.
So
It is
that's why
completely
he is
different. Yeah.
considered fresher. But if you are from banking, and if you join a bank as a data science or AI consultant, or machine learning consultant or engineer, then all of your experience counts. So it really depends on which job role you're applying. Okay, and if you are more than 10-15 years experience, the experience will anyway count, because you are not going at a developer or modeler level. You are going at a manager level, let's say head of center of excellence, account manager, data science, or ML. In that, all of your experience is anyway counted, irrespective of the domain. If you are less than 5 years experience, and if you're completely changing the domain, like your one is not related to the machine learning, what you're going to do in the prospective employer, then of course fresher. Okay, thank you, Neethan. I have a question from Soili Hona Kabore. And the question is, what are advantage of Python in AI? Well, that's a very generic question. I can take it, Neethan. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
okay. Okay.
So essentially, Python is becoming the standard in AI. So I would say, from experience, close to 95 plus, uh, even more maybe, uh, projects or whatever happens in Python or Python related platforms like TensorFlow or PyTorch or whatever it is. So yes, 95 plus. So advantages: it is very simple language, it is, and it's easy to learn. And of course, most of the AI data science ML packages, you can find it in Python. That's where the first it gets developed. All right, I hope that answers the question. I have another question. The question is, what is the difficulty of work while entering as a fresher? What's the difficulty of work? So I think this question is about what kind of work you'll be getting.
Yes, sir. It is different only now.
Yeah.
Right now, actually, they are assigning me as development tools to study those things, to get practice about those tools.
Okay. So so difficulty of the work, if you want to put it that way, it will be moderate. It will be learning for first few months. Most of the companies who hire AI ML consultants, they will give at least a month or two with their own tools or own frameworks, to come up with some kind of proof of concepts, not really on the it will be medium difficulty. Even after that, when you compare ML and AI to a traditional complex IT project, ML and AI is fun, and also the difficulty level is usually medium, is what I feel, because I worked 20 years into IT, last 6 years being ML and AI. I have my own team. So when we were delivering IT projects, we used to get really stressed at the delivery times, the clients on our head. I haven't felt that kind of things in AI and ML projects in 5-6 years. So the stress levels and the difficulty of work is relatively less. Maybe that's also because the clients doesn't know this domain yet that well. It's not a matured area yet, right? That could be the reason. But to answer you with the current context, ML and AI works are relatively much less stressful, and it's a medium difficulty. And of course, you need to be very good in analytical skills and other skills. Flexible over here. I have another question. How difficult a fresher within a non-tech background to get into a machine learning job? Is a question I already asked, but Neethan, you can answer it again. How difficult for a fresher to get into a
Like they are already working, or they need to start the course?
It's not given. Maybe you can. This is from YouTube, so you
Yeah.
can give both the versions.
Yes, I am the example for this question. I was working in a different domain, and I wanted to change the field, and I changed the field to IT now.
Yeah. So if you are a fresher or a working experienced professional,
Yeah.
it is not difficult because there is no such field called as data science before,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So this is just 5 years. Everything happened, and it's still in the very nascent stage.
Yes, sir.
The growth is more than 720%. Is it New York Times or some other article? But even McKinsey report also says something. It's huge adaptations across happening across the industries and across all the companies domains. So you expect people coming from different areas. So there is no such field called as AI and data science. Well, last 2-3 years, there are many universities. I'm almost 80-90% universities started AI and data science courses now. Okay, so I hope that answers the question. I have one more question from Vijay. Does data science have work from home jobs? Haha, of course, but you can tell, Nathan.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm doing work from home.
Simple answer. All right, so any further questions from anyone else? DataMites team? I have a question in Q&A from Shijit Bandari. The question is it good to change the stream from mechanical into data science? Because most of the graduates are changing their interest to DS, I think the job will be scarce. Means a lot of people in the market. Uh, yeah. So the question is simple, Nathan.
Yeah.
Because many people are shifting. The question is, will the job become scarce?
No, 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 sir. No, it will not scare. Especially for mechanical engineers, it will not scare. They will see a different life here.
So they're talking about scarce means that the jobs will be limited in data science. To answer the question, Bandari, of demand for data science is so high, the qualified professionals are not able to catch. In UK last year, 100,000 people, 100,000 jobs were left unfilled. Even in India, which is a IT hub for most of the world, we have 98,000 jobs of data science ML unfilled, left unfilled because of the lack of resources in 2021. They're talking about last year stats, and it's the same story in US and many other places. So millions of jobs overall, they are not able to fill it. They couldn't find the resources, and the gap is projected to be increasing. So there won't be, I mean, at least for next few years to 5 years, the number of jobs are always higher than the qualified people on the market. Okay. I think that was the last question. I do have one question here from YouTube again. It says, my undergraduate is BBA. The person asking it, but it says my undergraduate is BBA. I think Bachelor in Business Administration. But I did my MBA in analytics. So will be considered as a tech background or non-tech background? You will be considered as an analytics background. So analytics is yeah, you can say it's tech, but analytics can be also business. All right. So yes, to answer you simply, you should be considered as tech background with analytics as a latest, the last academic profile. So I have one more question from Vijay. Vijay again. How do we decide which field we want to work, like data science, or statistician, etc.? Vijay, it depends on your interest. Statisticians usually work with the traditional statistics methods. Data scientists work with machine learning. So if you want to switch to machine learning, data science, then you choose machine learning or data. Data engineer is different. Data engineer does the data engineering part, which is the initial part of your data science or ML modeling. So usually freshers get into data engineer and then they can logically move on to the machine learning modeling roles as well. But it depends on your capability, your interest, and essentially the number of jobs available in individual fields. Vijay has another question. What's the reason for such a huge gap in the portion? Is a portion hard to study? I don't get this question. Are you also looking at this,
Yes, sir.
Neethan?
Yeah,
What
I
is
didn't get
reason?
the question also.
Okay, so hopefully Vijay will rephrase it. But I think we answered at least 4 to 5 questions of Vijay himself. Vijay, you can always send these questions to, I'm gonna give you my DataMites email ID, datamites@datamites.com. Simply say datamites.com. Simply say that this question is for Neethan from Success Story, and they will get it. Yeah, there is an increasing demand in this field. That's right, Vijay. All right, so we answered almost all the questions. I don't see any questions coming in. Okay, that's it. Neethan, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
When are you joining? When is your joining date?
Sir, actually I joined 2 weeks back.
Oh, okay. How is your life?
Hey, it's good, sir.
It's good. Okay. Oh, you said you are learning, right? You already said given some
yes, sir.
tools.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Wonderful.
And yeah, sir. Actually, I want to thank you and Farsana madam very much, and whole PAT team and whole DataMites team for
Thank you very much.
getting this job.
It's a very good work from DataMites and PAT team. Very proud of them. And also, thank you very much. 90, I would say 80 from the learner himself. If you are good, if you are passionate, if you have an attitude of not giving up, you will of course succeed. Maybe it's a month or 2 months or 3 months, maybe you failed 5 interviews or 6 interviews, doesn't matter. You will land up in your dream job. It's always, as people say, the winners are the people who just don't give up. There are nothing like losers. It's just that you give up, you lose. Otherwise, you're always on the race.
Yes,
so
sir,
I'm very proud and happy that you made it in a very short time, and you found a job which you like, and also you've been a inspiration for many other people from your profile, mechanical with 1 or 2 years experience trying to switch. So you will be a inspiration for them. Thank you for taking the time to share the information. I wish you all the best in your career.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you everyone on the call as well. Ending up the webinar. I wish you all the best. Thank you.